Hey everyone, and welcome to Screams After Midnight TV edition. I am Peter, that is Tim, and we are working our way through Tales from the Crypt, the HBO and horror anthology show back from the 90s, and we are very nearly end. This is season 7. It's going to be episode 2. It's called Last Respects. It, behind the curtain a little bit. It's been a little while since we recorded the last one. It might not actually be a while since the last one you saw, but it's the last one. It's been a while since we recorded the last one, so. And I can't speak properly today, apparently. Tim, how are you? Say something. Cover for me.
I'm okay. Yeah, it had been a while. I was actually looking forward to getting back to it. I know maybe the last couple of seasons we've had more misses than hits, but I do like the show, and I was, having fun going through it, even though we watched a lot of bad episodes.
It's feeling more and more like a needle in a haystack,
Hmm.
looking for good episodes. And that takes us to this episode. It takes us to Last Respects, which is about three
Hmm.
sisters who inherited a magic shop from their
Hmm.
father. And the story is about a monkey's paw that they find. And obviously wishes happen, and perhaps trouble ensues.
Hmm.
That's the basic gist of it. Tim, did you enjoy
Yeah.
Last Respects?
Not really. It's it's kind of weird. First of all, like you said, of course, it has been a while, but I don't remember the episodes looking this bad. Like I thought that just kind of the picture quality and stuff just did not look very good. Like, obviously it's from the 90s, but it looked even like older than usual. And then,
Yeah, it's funny if this is the first time you're noticing it when we're on season 7 of
yeah,
of the
but
show.
but
Yeah.
no, I feel like other episodes though have looked like like fairly good to whatever. But like this, at least the last couple episodes, I feel like haven't looked this bad. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of
I'd have
bad.
to,
But then
I think I'd have to go and compare them. Maybe you're right. Maybe they used a different type of film stock
yeah,
this episode, or shot in video perhaps, and that's why it looks kind of
but
rough. Um,
but it could just be my memory
on
too.
that
But then
on that genre of subject though, Tim, I will say I
mhm,
did think this one looked particularly cheap compared to
yes,
others.
yeah,
Later on in the episode, there's some makeup. There's like a zombie-esque
mhm.
person, and the makeup looked really cheap and simple to me, and not in a good way.
No, I agree. And then yeah, what makes it worse too is they did a much better version of a monkey paw story in the 70s movie. Like
They
I
did,
don't know
yeah.
if you
In fact, as soon
yeah,
as they
and like
mentioned
I
the
actually
monkey's
thought that
paw, I was like, "Oh, I thought of that story," and I was like, "Oh, wait, yeah,
yeah,
they've done a monkey's paw story before."
but like I don't know, like I don't understand why they don't just didn't just do like basically a straight up adaptation if they wanted to do a monkey paw thing, because this is like a weird meta version where it's like, all right, the monkey paw story exists in this universe because they show the book at one point, but like it's still the like same story. Like I don't know, it's very weird to have that for some reason. It's like, why not just do it? Like why have this like thing where it exists but we're also just doing the story?
Yeah, it also doesn't really actually make that much of a difference in the story outside of the ending
Not at all.
because the sisters end up being so awful to each other that all the bad things that happen up until the ending are actually just them doing
Yeah.
to each other rather than like bad luck because the monkey's paw wish went
Yeah.
bad. Because at first it's like, okay, so the older sister wishes for a million pounds,
Mhm.
and their sister gets killed in a car crash, and it's like, oh, she had life insurance and it's worth £1 million. Oh no, that's the monkey's paw, right? But then the
Mhm.
twist is that the middle sister actually killed the younger sister, knowing about the life insurance, with the intentions of then taking the money for herself. So
Mhm.
the monkey's paw didn't actually affect
Yeah.
anything. It till the very end when the older sister, to try and deal with the middle sister, gives her last wish to the dead sister, who then
Mhm.
comes back to life because her wishes that she wants to spend more time with the sister, and that's your gotcha ending where the
Yeah.
and I'm like, but what about the older sister? She deserves some comeuppance as well. She was still hogging the wishbone and or the monkey's
Yeah.
paw, and like like
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. It seems like unnecessary. Like if you're gonna use the monkey's paw, maybe try to do something more clever with it. Then yeah, like everything they do, it's like, well, this could have just been a story just about bad sisters that hate each other
yeah.
and
The
are
only
kind of
thing
getting each other.
the only thing I kinda appreciate, at least in a small way, is that at least right from the start they know it's going to try and trick them. So so that at
Hmm.
least the conversation's brought up. We should try and outsmart the monkey's paw and come up with a wish that can't be manipulated, right?
Yeah, Now, if you're that could potentially be interesting, but if you're gonna do that, you better damn well make sure that like your characters are smart and making smart wishes. Like they're still making pretty dumb wishes.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
no. When I say I appreciate that it was brought up. But as soon as it was brought up, it felt like it didn't matter for the rest of the
yeah,
episode. But I at least appreciate that that was the first thought when the monkey's
yeah,
paw came up. I think the biggest problem I have with this episode though is not even the plot so much. It's that I can see a good fun story about these sisters being awful to each other and like. You know, one of them
mhm,
pretending to be upset that the other's dead, but then immediately like changing her face when the other walks out the room and like plotting and
mhm,
scheming. I can see a fun story about these evil sisters, like you know, manipulating each other.
mhm.
They have to be likable though, or
Oh sure, yeah.
if not likable, at least charismatic. You know, I have to be
Mhm.
entertained by watching them, and I didn't really feel that way. Honestly, I found at least two of them kind of annoying.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt. Yeah.
It was not a pleasant experience. Nothing about the all 24 minutes of this episode. Nothing about it was enjoyable from start to finish. It was just
And
tedious.
yeah, and I'll tell you what, it actually has like one of the things that I really, really, really do not like to see in TV or movies, and that is like just a really gross, like sloppy eater. And not to sound ageist, but it's like kind of worse when it's like an old person. Like, yeah,
I get you.
like they have just that scene though with the grandma or whatever, and she's just eating that like what did they put a bunch of like food in a blender and stuff, and then she's just slurping it off, but she's like belching and it's all over her face and it's all like gross and slimy and ugh, it's just I don't like it.
Yeah, it's just nah.
And of
Uh,
course there's no story purpose to it. It's not like why are we even seeing this character?
yeah,
No sense.
the character never becomes. There's this character and then there's like a male character, and I don't know.
I figured he was someone's husband, but I wasn't sure.
I don't think he's a husband. I think he's like an older brother or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. He's kind of
He has
there.
nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, there's like a joke at the start where he's too busy to eat because he wants to read his paper first, and then he falls
Mhm.
asleep while drunk in the next scene, and then he's never mentioned again. I have
Yeah.
no idea what the point of that character was.
Yeah. um,
Because
yeah,
I think you assume maybe that these two other characters will be like people who die because of their wishes, right? They're there for the purpose of showing what happens when the wishes go bad or whatever. But no,
yeah.
never comes up, never gets mentioned, never see them again. It's fine.
Yeah, there really was like nothing redeeming about this episode. Even like, you said the gotcha ending, like, it's not like it was like that big of a surprise or a twist, and which, it doesn't always have to be, oh, I didn't see that coming, but if you're gonna do it, at least do it well. And like you said, like the makeup doesn't look that good. It's just like, very, they try to make it look very creepy and stuff, but it's just nothing. It's just like pretty standard like high school play production makeup with just this woman with her arms outstretched, and yeah, doesn't
It,
really do anything for you.
it was pretty much as basic as you could possibly be in terms of makeup. Because
Yeah.
in fact, there was one shot. I don't think it actually was because when I was looking for it after this, but the first shot of her coming through the door, the dead sister.
Mhm.
I thought I could literally see circles around her eyes to where the makeup ended, and on the next shot, I was like, no, it does blend in,
Yeah.
but like in the first shot at a glance, it looked like there was these circles
Mm.
where they didn't even bother like blending it into the face properly. It was just kind of like, no, here's a hard line, like
Yeah.
around, um, it looked almost like a facial mask, right? You know,
Yeah.
it looked that kind of thing. But yeah, it looked, yeah, this is. We have exhausted everything we could possibly talk about with this episode because nothing interesting happens. We have
Yeah.
three annoying characters.
Mhm.
The oldest one being the most annoying, I think, the way she keeps chirping on about her stupid monkey's paw.
Yeah.
And that's it. We have extra characters that are pointless and don't mean anything. Um,
Mhm.
we have a sidetrack when they first make the wish for the $1 million or the £1 million when they think they've
Mhm.
got these three pens that are
Oh yeah.
worth the money, and then it turns out to be these weird snake things instead that are worthless.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. That didn't really have any point to it. It's set in Britain for some reason, which like I don't know. It seems like kind of weird, like to like I don't know, like it doesn't make use of the landscape or the culture or anything. Like I don't know if Monkey's Paw was like
yeah,
originally a British story or something, but it's like yeah, I don't know. It feels like there's no need for it. There's a weird little like prologue in the beginning with this other couple that's like outracing the monkey's paw that gets like killed by these dogs, that it's like this didn't need to be here.
Yeah, that scene has no point. It's just there to kill 3 minutes of screen time, because without that, it would be
Yeah.
like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
It has no purpose. It's not an entertaining scene. It's like it's setting up the idea of the monkey's paw, but like we don't even know what wish they made. We just know there's dogs after
Yeah.
them.
I will say that obviously it doesn't have anything to do with the episode, but I did like the Crypt Keeper segments. I was
Oh, the
I was okay with those.
stockbroker
Yeah.
gimmick for some reason. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about either. Like, I can't say. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't think there needs to necessarily be a reason for it to be set in a different location necessarily. You could just
Oh,
want a
sure.
different
Yeah.
location. And sometimes it may be because you've got a famous actor. We had one with Bob Hoskins, for example. That's why you said it there, because you want Bob Hoskins to be there, perhaps. But
I just thought it was interesting because, like, in the beginning when they're showing the credits, they had something that was like, it had something like, L.A., Los Angeles casting, and UK casting or whatever. So I was like, oh, so like we're going from Los Angeles to the UK. Like, I thought, okay, is there a reason that they get in so many different locations and actors and stuff? But then it's like, oh no, and yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's set wherever it's set. It's just
Where's my
I was
Canadian
wondering if there's a
episode?
reason.
I want an episode set in Canada.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Nice hockey themed episode.
Here we go.
That's it though. That's the episode. That sucked.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't much else to say. Now, like you said, it's boring, it's tedious. Hopefully, what is this? The second episode of the season?
Yeah, we got 11 left, Tim. Then we're done.
Right, hopefully they get better. I actually do remember seeing this one as a kid, and even as a kid, I did not like it.
We have 11 left, and then we can hang up our Tales from the Crypt hats and just focus on damn movies.
All right, sounds good.
And I'm kind of looking forward to it at this point, because these last couple seasons have been rough. But hey, that has been Tales from the Crypt. Make a final point.
Oh no, I mean, I still like the show, but yeah, it is. It's not like the I have like a similar feeling like with the X-Files. Like when I think about it, like I only think about the good episodes, that's like, oh man, like this is great. But then, yeah, it's a little bit of a bore when you're watching it all, right away from the beginning, every single episode. And I don't know, maybe I get some X-Files lovers, sending us some hate, but there's some boring episodes in that show too.
Yeah, but that is us. That has been Tales from the Crypt, Last Respect. So let us know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on the Twitters at mailed_fuzz, or you can get us on Twitter at Screams Midnight for horror movie stuff specifically. You can, of course, get us on patreon.com/mailfuzztv if you want to support the channel and the show and everything we do here. You get these Tales reviews a week early as part of the $1 tier, so you can have a look at that. But otherwise, that is us. So thank you once again for watching or listening. We always appreciate it. Keep watching scary TV, guys, and we'll see you next time.